welcome back to my channel. My name is Chesgokene. As you know, on today's video, as you already read from the description, I am going to be talking about my top 5. There are actually more than this, but I have to compile everything into 5. My top 5 embarrassing moments in Canada as a newcomer. So if you're coming from another country to Canada, you may make these embarrassing mistakes. It's not bad. It's not bad that you're making it. It's just that as you stay longer in this country, you begin to realize that you were a fool. You're such a fool. It actually helps you learn. It helps you grow. It helps you interact with your environment. So I am going to tell you, not necessarily for you to learn from my mistakes, so you will not make that kind of mistake in your own journey. You may actually still make them, but I'm just telling you so that you know. You're not alone. There are people before you that have threaded these paths. If you've not yet subscribed to this channel, please, I'm begging, hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up and share it. You know, when you relocate to a new country, especially when you're coming from Nigeria where you have an accent and everybody around you can understand what you are saying, you may be tempted to come to Canada and borrow an accent that is not typically your mother tongue. We all speak English, yes? Everybody here speaks English to an extent. But please, there are other nationalities here. There are Indians here, there are Pakistanis here, there are so many Somalis, Sudanese people. There are a lot of people like this. Canada is actually very diverse. So everybody speaks English to an extent, but then everybody's coming in here with their own accent. So me, I now came with my own Nigerian accent. So I was on the call with one Canadian agent like this. The person is actually from CRA, I think Revenue Agency. So I was on the call with one of those people, and what happened was I was trying to adapt my accents to their own. I wasn't saying Gona, but all those phonetic, the way that I'm talking to the camera now is not the same way that I speak when I meet someone with a Canadian accent or someone with a very fluent English. I'll try to adapt to their accent. So that's what I was doing, but I was sounding like a fool, a big fool, a mumu. I was on the phone and I was talking and I was I was shy saying next thing, and I said instead of pronouncing that thing as let me use washing machine, let me just use washing machine as what happened. Instead of pronouncing that thing as washing machine, and I said washing machine. I was like, who sent you? Who sent you? You'd have just been talking like you are talking now, talking normally, and you not make such mistakes. But because we are trying to form what you are not, that is why you ended up in this hole. I just realized why am I suffering myself? People that are from Sudan, their English is not that straight. People that are from India, they still have their accent. So why is it me that will not come and change? So since then, unless I'm going for interviews, of course, or unless what else safe, if I'm interacting with anybody, I will say it. And another example based on this phonetics thing is the day I went into Popeyes. My husband and I went into Popeyes to order for burger. I will normally say burger. I don't even say burger, whatever. I would usually say I want burger, and anybody over the counter would understand what I'm saying, that I want burger. But I didn't know that Popeyes, they don't sell burger there. They sell chicken sandwich, and they sell only sandwich and fried chicken and stuff. But I saw burger on the window that they drew it there. So I now said, okay, let me enter and order for burger. And I entered there. I was like, hi, how are you? How are you doing? I would like to get a burger. No, that's not even how I said. I said burger. The person was not looking at me. I said, I want to get burger. I even said it with Nigerian accent. I said it several times. The person still couldn't understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying okay. The person I say, oh, you mean a burger? Hey, okay, please. Sorry to you people. I do know that I would have said it like that, and you now hear or understand what I was saying. The next embarrassing mistake that I made is not to check the weather properly before heading out. When we came, like I said in our landing video, we were staying with someone, a friend that is very like my husband's friend. So that's where we were staying before we now found our own house and moved and all of that. So that place we were staying, we were like driving around. We hardly entered bus for anything. Anywhere we were going, they would just carry us and go. Hey, we were cruising until when we moved out to our own apartment. We didn't have a car, and we had to enter bus wherever we were going. Then we didn't even understand bus routes, but that's another mistake. I am getting to that part. But now I didn't wear the proper clothing to go out. This should not be embarrassing per se. I didn't check this. I just wore sweater. I wore like normal top. I wasn't wearing a sweater. I wore my normal top and I wore my jacket and I wore jeans. I now wore sneakers. Biggest mistake of my life. That day it was freezing. I think it was like -30 or -32. There, like one of those crazy temperatures. It was freezing. I was shaking. I was crying. Snot was coming out of my nose, and I was walking outside. I said, God, why me? Why me? Why me? Why is this me? My battery was also dead. So there was like, as in, when I was talking to someone, tears started like coming out of my eyes. It was bad. It was really bad. And since that day, I have learned, even if now that the sun is out everywhere, the weather is beautiful, everything, I'll still check the weather before I head out. I don't know why running for bus or running to catch a bus or catch a train is embarrassing, but it is. Like, you're just saying you are a big fool, you are a stupid fool. Look at what you're doing in another country when you had a car when you were in Nigeria. That's all I was thinking in my head. Whenever I am running to catch a bus or catch a train, like that's the first thought that I have. Like, if you're not very conversant with Google Maps, don't worry. Canada will teach you how to be conversant with Google Maps. And then sometimes when you look at the bus route or the time the bus is arriving, you would actually think that Google Map is 100% accurate. But I have learned from experience that you have to depart from that location where you are like 2 minutes earlier than the one that Google Map is writing. Because if you don't do that, there is a very high possibility that you miss that bus, or you run and beg and shout before the bus driver will stop after leaving that location. So it has happened to me before, running to catch a bus, running to catch a train, begging the driver, flagging people's cars to just stop for me, let me cross the road and enter this bus. You know, like, it has happened several times. So I have learned that to meet up or to catch up, you have to leave your location 2 minutes or 3 minutes earlier than what Google Map is recommending for you. Moving on to the next one. This place is a coffee nation. It's a coffee country. Like, everybody takes coffee. When I mean everybody, it might not be like 100%. It might be like a significant amount. Like, let me say 90% of people here, they take coffee. They assume that coffee makes them wake up properly, like makes them energetic for the day, and it's somehow addictive. So this one, I went to church and they were serving free coffee, and I don't know what sent me to get the coffee. I didn't look where they said that this one is black decaf kini, and I was in a position where I could not now, even with all the milk and with all the sugar I poured inside the coffee, it was still very dark and bitter when I took it, and I was in like a gathering. I couldn't, like, my face was like this all through. I was in a gathering where I couldn't like pour the coffee away. I wasn't like, I couldn't throw it away. I had to just manage, and I was sipping it, and it was so bitter cold. I was like, what kind of rubbish is this? I would have went for decaf. I didn't know that it was the black coffee brand that I picked. And this next one is still on food. My brothers and my sisters, when you don't know the name of the food, it's better that you don't eat it. It's better you just say, no, thank you, I'm okay, I'm fine, I just ate. Those are the excuses that you can come up with. Before, me, I was very hungry that day, and he was still in church. We went for newcomers, like newcomers get together, something like knowing the church and stuff like that. And me, I thought, like, before I went there, I already saw videos of people abroad and even in this Canada that they gave free pizza to when they came out as first timers. So I was like, hey, so it's pizza that we're going to eat today. Let's go there. Until it was time to serve food. They now said, they didn't even tell like me the name of this stuff, but it looked like it was going to be nice. There was a lot of cheese inside, so they just put it inside my plate. I now went to this dessert table, something that now looked like cake. I think they wrote the name, but I can't remember. It looks like cake, and I was like, hey, cake can't be that bad. I just took that one, went to the drinks table, got pop, soda, I put that one on my plate, and I sat down. Only to eat this thing. I don't even know which kind of, I don't know what they called it. I think it was lasagna. Yes, I think that's the name. I was like, which kind of nonsense is this? Even plus the cake that I took, it was not real cake. It was something else that had another disgusting, let me not say it's disgusting, but it had another layer again inside. I was like, who sent me? Who sent me to choose this one? I would have kukuma just, said no, I don't want to eat upon seeing the side. But because I wanted to taste new things, that's what put me in trouble. So please, if you don't know what they're giving you inside your plate, it's better to say, I'm fine, I'm okay, thank you. That's the few that I can remember. If I do, like, if you just relocated if you just relocated to a new country, be it Canada, be it UK, and you have made like some embarrassing mistakes, I cannot wait to hear it all. Please comment down below and let me know the things that has happened to you. And please, this is not a culture shock video. I am still going to get around doing a culture shock, but I just want to spend more time here to gather all the shocks, to absorb all the shocks that I can before making a video about that. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Remember to follow me across all social media platforms. Bye.